Welcome back, y'all. Okay, so I have you guys here in my bathroom because we are doing a what is that? We're doing a little nighttime routine, and let's also do a little story time. Why not? Let's throw a little sprinkle of something in there. I am master of all things simple and lazy. Hello, I am Kevin, and I am first to admit that I am one to get into my bed after a night of clubbing and just fall asleep, okay? So that's me. I'm sorry. I need a simple process to follow, but that's me, okay? You do you. You do you. You handle you. No one's arguing with you, okay? I'm not gonna get into this with you right now, okay? I lately have been on this kind of little kick to improve my skin, and I think I told you guys part of that kick is like, yes, I'm starting to do facials, but the esthetician told me that facials, baby, that's just the icing on the top, okay? It needs to be your day in, day out routine that's actually really gonna be the one to kind of change and metamorphosize your face. Yes, I made up that word, probably, maybe not. And for me, I am someone who just has one of those faces that just cannot have good skin. I used to always pick my skin, and I've since last maybe 2 months, I feel like I've been actually really good about not doing it. When I get anxious, I do it. I'm sorry to my esthetician, I'm really sorry. Please, don't hurt me, please. But I've been trying not to do it, and so for the most part, I feel like I'm not doing it. So someone give my flowers. Hello, you, hey, give my flowers, girl. Starting off with the good old Cetaphil, alright? So I'm gonna wash my face with my Cetaphil, cause, you know, after a day's work, or not work, can you guys tell me how roughly you guys massage this? Because, okay, what I like to think about, I know the skin on your face is sensitive, but I also just think about how, like, when you're washing your hands, you kind of do have to be, like, a little bit rough to get, like, the dirt off your hands. Is it clicking? Is it adding up or no? The face is washed. So I had first moved out to LA about 3 years ago. I also have never really been to LA. Like, I feel like if anybody is from Orange County like me, I feel like we kind of just tend to stay in that general area. We don't really like venture out. I also was not very familiar with the parking situation of LA. Alright, we're also gonna move on to the next step, which is our toner. So basically the first night that I moved in, I wasn't able to get the key to the parking garage because I moved in like late at night. Now I grew up in like a suburban area, so there was always like a lot of like parking, but LA, baby, it was just not giving any of that, okay? I am making rounds and rounds around my block, the next block over. Already now I'm like maybe half a mile to a mile away from my apartment. Now like 30 minutes, I end up finding an area and I'm like, this spot is also like almost 1 mile away from my apartment. But I'm like, I'll take it, okay? I haven't found anything nowhere close to my apartment. I'm gonna take it. Alright, the next step too, also, I'm telling y'all, I'm updating the skincare routine because I need to work on this face, alright? This is the new money maker. So I'm gonna use this retinol cream by Olay, which is supposed to be really good. I heard about this in a lot of dermatologist videos, and everyone in their comments was like, my grandma uses this since she was like 20. She doesn't have any wrinkles. I'm like, I want to be grandma smooth by the time that I'm like 80 years old. And you put it on at night too because it makes you sensitive to the sun. Okay, so I park my car, right? And I'm like, perfect. I'm walking back home. I do see a little sign there when I park because I noticed that right next to where I park, there is construction going on in that like apartment complex. And so I'm like, okay, let me look at the sign. Cool. Looks good to me. It does mention towing, but the sign, it seems to me at that moment that the day that I parked there, there's no towing that's gonna happen, okay? So the day that I parked there and the next day, there's no towing that's gonna happen. So I'm like, okay, cool. As a cucumber, parking my car there, going back home, getting my night's rest, continuing on with my business. So the next day, I'm like in the middle of work, I'm like, okay, I have like an hour or so to run like a really quick errand. Remember, I just moved, so like, you know when you just move and you like are noticing you're missing certain essential stuff, like you're like, wait, I do kind of need toilet paper. Like it's very much that, okay? It's like I don't have those like basic essential things. Remember, I'm like 20 minutes away, so I'm kind of like jogging over to my car. This is gonna be a quick little trip. I'm gonna make it back and I'm gonna park my car in a better spot. So I get there and my car is gone. So I reread the sign that I thought that was gonna protect my car. And I'm like, wait a minute. The sign said temporary towaway except Sunday. You guys, I don't know what is wrong with me. For some reason, the way that this little pea brain head comprehended that was that my car was only going to get towed on Sundays. But baby, I was there on a Wednesday, okay? And my thing got towed as it mentioned on the sign. Alright, the next step is I'm going to use actually a body retinol that I found. And this one is called Verse. I have had keratin splatters my whole life. If you guys don't know what that is, let me see if I can show you guys. It's kind of hard to see it. You can kind of see it in the camera a little bit. From my understanding, it's kind of a genetic thing and it goes away with age because it's just like the way that our body produces oils and it kind of excretes on our arm and then it will kind of leave like that little bit of a marking there. So I call the number that's on that little towaway sign and I'm like, hey, where's my car? Hey, she's like, hey, this is the address. Like, go to this address and you can like pay for your car. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to the station. It ends up being about $300 to get my car out of like the junkyard. And then so I like sign the papers, everything's good. I'm like, okay, this was a nightmare, but thank God, okay, everything's resolved now. And I'm like, okay, like, so where can I grab my car? And she's like, oh, you don't get your car here. This is just where you pay off the car. Your car is in another station and you have to go pick it up there. The Uber driver's like, is this your drop-off spot? Because it's just a bunch of like warehouses. But lo and behold, my car was there, thankfully, and I was able to recover my 2007 beat up car that I love dearly because it gets me from point A to point B. Last step is put on the moisturizer. For the moisturizer, I'm using good old Cetaphil. I just put this all over my face and my body because I'm just like that kind of person that runs like super dry on your face. Somebody get me a gua sha, please, alright? Because I'm like, I have my big old cheeks need a little gua sha moment. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this nighttime routine. The last step's pretty much is brush my teeth and use my good old floss here. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys again. Hopefully you guys can join me for the next video. But I will see y'all then. Alright? Peace out.